Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. We've got a challenge ahead of us today. Let's see if we can make this work. The reel has come in from Ron down in Florida, and Ron has a reel that, well, it cranks from the left-hand side. This is a Penn. It's the earlier version of the reel. It is a 750, I believe. Yeah, 750 SS. And, well, the handle that he has is specifically for a left-hand crank. Penn didn't make a universal where both sides could be substituted like you can with the modern reels, where you would take off this side and place it in. It's a thread that goes the one way. Well, what they did do is they made a kit, basically another pivot that has the right-hand threads. And if you look at the two of these, you'll see they're in opposing directions for the threading. Well, Ron has asked me to swap it out because, well, he prefers to crank right-handed. The problem we have with these reels is that the pivot points on these freeze inside the handle. And when they freeze inside the handle, you can't remove the screw to remove that pivot. Believe me, I've tried. I've seen multiple examples come in where that screw is buggered up. I guess that's a technical term. Or I find that the screws themselves have, just checking to make sure our shaft is correct. It is. So you can put it on that side, but you can't load it on this side. It's the wrong handle. I had that handle out for an example. So this screw should unscrew and enable you to remove the pivot and replace it. However, on this, that's the wrong handle again, but on the handle that Ron supplied, well, it's frozen in place. You can't remove that. So what do? Well, I'm going to try a unique approach here. I'm going to take another handle. This is not a Penn handle, but dimensionally it's the same. The arm length is the same. The knob extension is the same. The difference is, well, it's got somebody else's thread on here for a handle. What it does have is a knockout or a roll pin rather than the screw, and it also has a slot where the handle can fit inside the slot or the stud. The hole in the piece is a little bit broader, but that should be okay, because what we're going to do after we load, if we're successful, we'll place this back on, which is your spacer. Your spacer should lock that in place, and you shouldn't have an issue with flop. If we do, we'll go and try to figure something else out. As I mentioned, it's a roll pin. I just got it started just to make sure it was a roll pin. And you use a punch, bring it in, and knock it out. Now I'm going to do this off screen because, well, I have to put it in a place where I have clearance for that pin to come through. That happens to be on my bench vise. I'm going to take a soft mallet, or a non-scarring mallet, if you will. I'm going to try and get this through to the point where we can remove the pin. I guess I'm not quite there yet. I'm close. And I think this is locking up now. Yeah. So I'm going to move over to my a thinner piece just to push that through the last little bit. So this technique that I'm using here can be used in a lot of different things. For example, this is just one of them where I'm going to just try and do what may be the impossible. But you can use this in other arenas. I guess I'm still not through. Wow. There we go. That went all the way. You can use this where, let's say, a knob has broken. You can pull it off the one as long as you have the right collar or pivot, and just swap it out that way. And well, we're going to give this a try. This should go back in. The hole does align. Pretty cool. I'm going to get this started here. Oh, that went too fast, didn't it? I'll try and bring this through. Set it on the other side. And now I have a shaft that'll fit this reel, and it's got the right hand thread. This comes off of the original one, so if this is the same width shaft wise as it is on this one, and it seems very close, the spacer should work, even though it's not going to look totally pretty because it is a substitute handle. We should be able to put that back into the reel now. And whoops, that was a whoops. Got to put the collar on. Got to switch the collar from one side to the other. This collar comes with a felt ring which retains the oil so that you can keep that bearing oiled. I have no idea how the reel even performs, quite honestly. He asked me for the change of the handle and do the service as well. All right, let's see if we can get this going now. We can. We should have the clearance, and we should have a handle that works. Let's see. Well, there you go. We have a right-handed crank reel now, which is what Ron has asked for. So there you go. Quick little demonstration on how to make a conversion to the right-hand side when you can't convert the original one because your screw thread is stuck or broken in that regard. Well, all right. We're going to go ahead and tune this reel up for Ron. It's very tight. My guess is it's got a lot of dried grease and debris and the like in here. Ron says he's owned it an awful long time, so we're going to see. And my guess is it's probably struck here because I got the drag is off and this little clip is here. Let's take this off and see if we do any better, huh? All right, let's see what. Yeah, now we got a functioning reel. Silly me, right? Working nice. Very good. Ron's going to be happy with this, I know, and I'll share in his joy because, well, it was a way to give a reel a second chance. You know, most of the reels that are manufactured because to the left-hand side crank on a spinning reel, they tell you that your strength should be on the opposing side of your arm. If you're right-handed, you should be managing the pole with your right hand and the lesser hand used for cranking. And then on the upside, the pole is more manageable holding up, so the majority of the reels are made for a right-handed crank. We don't have that screw. Again, it's a reverse thread. We'll see if we can find one after the video is completed. So what we wanted to do here is just show you that with a little bit of creativity and a little bit of knowledge about how to replace the studs on these, you can be successful and you can make it work. Well, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, you're going to find all kinds of things about tips and techniques, how to service and repair reels. You're going to learn a little bit about the reels themselves, how they were made, where they're used, and the like. And I work on all kinds of reels. I work on, in this case, a vintage Penn Spinfisher that you learned about in terms of the reverse threads for the handling. And you'll also learn about, well, freshwater reels, bait casters, spinning reels, trolling reels, all kinds of reels. And it's all out there to teach you how to do it yourself. So I encourage you to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps out you, and it'll help out me and my channel. So I appreciate that all the way around. On the reel itself, it's a nice turning reel. It's a big saltwater reel. And Ron does a lot of fishing from boat offshore in the Florida area. And he can put this one back into his working tackle. Before I leave, I want to thank our first responders, our police, fire, safety, rescue, everybody involved in keeping us out of harm's way. Truly appreciate your efforts day in and day out. And I want to thank you as viewers for watching, for commenting, for enabling the channel to succeed, and for your comments and suggestions on how to continually improve the channel. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, wishing everybody a great day. Thanks for watching.